with the United Nations. We saw Kofi Annan past SG, we saw Ban Ki-moon, who visited JCI headquarters recently. And my question is the following. How do you see this cooperation, this partnership? One. Number two, together with your team, will you continue down that path? And if yes, what will you do to strengthen even further this very important partnership?
Thank you. Of course, I will go on with the partnership of the United Nations because I think it's important for us to have those partners when we have our mission and vision as we have nowadays. So yes, I will go on with the partnership with the United Nations. I believe, although, that we should go to the grassroots level, go back, it's almost 100 years ago, but go back to the man who started up the organization. And actually his challenge was, be an active citizen and create a good community. So when we work together with the UN on local level, fulfilling the goals of the MDGs, I believe we are a great partner for them as they are for us. The second part is that there is a risk. There is a risk in our partnership. That's because in 2008 we promised the United Nations 1 million bedrooms. 1 million bedrooms. That is really a lot. And we have a lot to do to reach that goal before 2015 as promised. So that's, I think, a challenge to show them that we are a good partner and that what we promise is also what they get. Thank you for the question.
Mr. Candidate, dear Bertolt, I remember that we used to have several questions in French or Spanish. My colleagues did it all in English. I'm going to do your question in Spanish. Es parte de la riqueza de esta organización, la diversidad y pluralidad de miembros que la integran. La pregunta es la siguiente. Channel number one. I will do both. I will do it first in Spanish and then in English. ¿Qué aspectos de esta organización, de la JPI, necesitan cambio o mejora? Which aspects do you think needs change or improvement in JCI?
I'm really sorry. That stupid thing. Please repeat me again.
The question in English is which aspects in JCI needs change or improvement during next year?
Which aspects? I believe the aspects we have changed already in the past history in 2008 when we created a new strategic plan. We will go on that way of running the organization in the direction as it's mentioned in the strategic plan recommendations of 2008. For next year, we actually go on with the work which is done in 2009, 2010, 11. So what we do is go on with the impact months. What we do is go on with the MDGs, the work that Tara Harada did this year, and of course with the partnership of the UN Global Compact, which we started and which we have a target to. We're also looking for new ways to contact actually local members. So we will have at least twice a Touch the Time Zone, where we will start an internet meeting in New Zealand and go for 18 hours all around the world. And it should be very interesting when some of you are in those meetings to tell others how we can grow the organization to the next level. Thank you very much.
It's wonderful to hear about your thoughts of the coming year, and my question is more related to the partnerships. We had one in the United Nations earlier, which has been a partner we signed an agreement with many years ago. It seems as if you are introducing new partnerships. Can you elaborate on the new partnerships and the we? You say we when you're talking about the things that you want want to do next year? Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, it's not me, myself, and I. When I say we, I really mean we. I believe I cannot do anything on my own. I'm just one of the faces of JCI, and maybe next year a little bit lead face, but just one of the faces. I really believe that we should act together. There is a possibility to see tomorrow one of the possible partners for the near future, which is called Masterpiece. Masterpiece is actually a young organization started, I think, 7 weeks ago, with creating peace together. You could saw it in the film. And what they are looking for is they want to reach 20 million young people to create peace together. And therefore they organized an event in Egypt, nearby the pyramids in 2014. And if you want to have a ticket to this outstanding event, you have to take action. So you cannot go to the store and buy a ticket, but you have to take action with the group. That kind of partners, I believe, can help JCI to spread our vision and mission into the world. So that's one way of a partnership. The other partnerships we are talking with are companies who are involved actually globally. And in the morning show, we heard Wayne Clark telling us that the most of the CEOs of big companies actually don't realize that they can have some impact in their communities. So he asked us to be the solution provider of that, and I believe we can.
Mr. Candidate, again, congratulations on your candidacy and the prepared way that you've approached your candidacy. I think I speak for all my colleagues when I say one of the most important, yet often unnoticed things about the operation of JCI is our staff and the team that is at our JCI headquarters and dispersed around the world. What are your thoughts with regard to the staff, the structure, and their efficiency as we look forward to 2012 and beyond?
Thank you for the question. I traveled in September to St. Louis, which is a big part of the staff, not all staff, because we are also in the 4 regions. And the reason I traveled there was to prepare the next year together. I believe, although I'm part of the board of directors, they are part of us as well. And we need to collaborate. We need to work together to get the organization further. So what I did over there was actually asking them about their experience, about what they found in the organization. And I asked them if there were things we should stop with, things we should go on with, or think there are in life we should start from now on. And what I found out, what was really good, is that those young, active people working for us every day, every single day, had great ideas, but it was hard for them to share. I really asked them, from now on, please share your ideas. Maybe we will not copy them all, but at least then we know it.
Candidates, Bertolt, again, congratulations on your detailed plan of action for 2012. Next year is a fairly strategic year for JCI. You're talking about another SPC, which implies change, which can be a very good thing. We know, as past President Scott touched on, we are possibly facing changes at our headquarters. So, in taking all of that into consideration, and bearing in mind the pivotal position you will hold as CEO of Junior Chamber International in 2012, can I ask you, what are the 3 things you would change about JCI in the future?
Thank you for the question. The 3 things I will change for JCI for the future. I believe there are not really points mentioned I want to change. I believe what I want to do is speak with the members that I did in the past days and ask them what we should do to change the organization. And for example, one thing I will change, if it's up to me in the upcoming conferences, is that there is at least one day, we are not inside buildings. At least one day, we are not inside buildings, but we are going out together. We are going out together to second one is that we will start prepare the future of JCI. We will start the strategic plan. But as you know, it's a tough job to do in a year. We also decide to go on with that till 2013. Because in 2013 there will be a change, as we all know, in the head of state, in the head of the office in St. Louis. We will have a new Secretary General who is running at the end of 2013. And so we will bring the new one in line and to help the organization go one step forward. The third change I really want to make, and I hope we all want, is to create the trust again. Create the trust back in the organization to be sure that we can act as one global team. Thank you for the question.
Candidate Bertolt, borrowing words from IPP Roland Koeman. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
I'm happy too. Relax, my friend. I have one question about JCI Nothing But Daems. We all know that one of our most important flagship projects is JCI Nothing But Daems. We need to raise funds because we already promised or agreed with the UN Foundation to raise 1 million bad debt. And I know that we still have long way to go. What is your opinion? And from my understanding, JCI Netherlands is very strong about raising funds for JCI Nothing But Daems. How can it overcome with the situation that we are facing?
Thank you for the question. May I ask one thing first? Are you happy? Yes! So when they are happy, Sophie, I'm happy. Thank you. Nothing but nets is a challenge, as I already mentioned. Nothing but nets is a challenge, and it's a big challenge. And I am happy because I know JCI Netherlands does good things from it, but we are not on our own. A lot of national organizations are running those projects, and for example, JCI Japan even donates more than JCI Netherlands. So that's